Hello and welcome to the first episode of my Lua Deobfuscation series. Today we're going to be talking about the Lua 5.1 virtual machine at a very, very high level because the Lua 5.1 virtual machine is an essential concept when it comes to Lua Deobfuscation and you will not get anywhere without understanding. So, what is a Lua virtual machine? A Lua virtual machine is a program that reads bytecode and executes it. Bytecode is a representation of compiled Lua source code. Lua doesn't execute source code because it is inefficient. So source code is first compiled into bytecode by a Lua compiler. Lua bytecode represents a Lua program, including some metadata as well as the program's main product. So a Lua virtual machine is a program that reads a compiled version of source code and then executes it. Well, what's a proto? We talk about the bytecode representing a main proto. Well, a proto is just the compiled representation of a function. Every function in a Lua script, including the main, gets compiled into a proto, which contains instructions rather than lines of code, as well as constants, the strings, numbers, and certain other values your script uses, such as print, hello, 42, etc., among other things like debug information. So, bytecode is the compiled version of Lua source code, and it contains a proto, which is a compiled version of a function. So, what is the main? We talk about that here, the program's main proto. The main is hard to define, but consider that every Lua script is wrapped in a function. That function is the main. So when we have the script local value equals 42, print value, it looks something like this. The main is this function here, and it just contains that code. This is what gets encoded and defined as the main in the bytecode. So what are Lua instructions? Talk about how a proto contains instructions rather than lines of code. Well, an instruction is the compiled representation of a statement, like local a equals 42, or an expression like just 42. For example, the code print 42, when compiled, looks something like get global r0 print, get number r1 42, call r0 with one arg and 0 results, and return 0 values starting at r0. We'll talk a lot about what r0 means, r1, and what the stack is in future videos. But for now, you can see how the call statement is represented as one instruction. The number expression itself and the print expression itself are both represented as separate instructions. So yeah, that's it for this video. Just a quick high overview of what the Lua 5.1 virtual machine is. In future videos, we'll go a lot more in depth into this. Thank you for watching.